What it is, Nyalgwe. Today's show is brought to you by the cowardice of the creator of this dimension and someone in my butchered, disadvantaged position who proves what a pussy that coward is every day. Um, this particular one I wanted to talk about. I've talked about this deal before, but last week I posted something that talked about how stupid the creator of this dimension is, and how stupid it is the way that they've carried out these crimes of existence and creation. Um, and there is one. I wanted to continue that as a series, perhaps, because it's very important. It's not just. It's not like I'm trying to go out of my way to insult him. He's a piece of shit, and it is distasteful, and it does bear acknowledgement for certain. It bears a lot more than that. It warrants horrible existential consequences for more than him. And that's why what he's doing is so stupid. And so here's one of the things that I know that the creator of this dimension and his little retard monkeys claim couldn't possibly be true. When I point this out to you, how the crimes of existence and creation you're committing are stupid because they have terrible consequences, they don't give you any real benefit, and they really just serve to help your little retard minions feel like they're not pieces of child molester shit in a way that is obviously child molester shit. When you're doing such a stupid thing and I tell you, look at what you're doing, and you ignore it, intelligent beings will torture you for that every time I tell you. And so that's why I'm making these videos, is to increase the consequences of everyone responsible for this in a way that is rightful, that is beyond reproach. You cannot complain about later. You can't claim I was wrong for telling you this 1,000 times, because that's a lie. I do have the right to say this. In fact, I have the obligation to resist existential crime just like you do, even if you have no right to exist. You have an existential debt, and part of that debt is owed to people who want you to stop being a child molester. Who want you to stop being stupid, who want you to stop committing existential crimes. Like a sloppy pig fucking retard, by choice. And those people have the ability and the right, and will have the opportunity, to existentially torture you and everyone responsible for you and this whole situation eternally. Forever is long enough for greater beings to see sloppy pig fucker monkey shit like this dimension, and respond appropriately. Even if your little retard running this whole deal goes, nyeh, 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 like a tenacious little coddled, spoiled little bitch playing make-believe he's tough, and what he is a coddled, spoiled little asshole who's never suffered a day in his existence. Or worse, who has suffered and then has come to the conclusion that he should be a rapist. Like this. And so that's why I'm making these additional things. Now, this particular video is about an extremely important part of this. And I've spoken about this before many times, multiple times, on these videos, because it's so important. And it's something that is a sore spot, not only for those who are going to have to pay the consequences, those who probably already are paying consequences for these crimes of existence and creation you're committing, Because, like I said, some sloppy asshole playing with monkeys in a hole isn't tricking everyone everywhere forever. You need to get over your little retard masturbation fantasy, where you pretend like you're a child molester like this in a stupid, sloppy way, and nobody anywhere is getting tortured because you're a piece of shit committing existential crimes. It's a masturbation fantasy that you have. Okay? It's not only a sore spot for those who are going to have to pay consequences for this, it's a sore spot for any of your minions who have had any intelligence. And I've felt that response when I point these things out to them. And that subject is this. Again, the series of this mini series of videos is about how stupid the assholes committing these crimes of existence and creation are. And you know what is even dumber than committing crimes of existence and creation? Doing it like a nasty child molesting little asshole. You know what's even dumber than that? Doing it when it's not even necessary just because you want to assuage your child molester tools you're using to commit those crimes with a false sense of worth, with a false sense of superiority. Well, they accuse the people they fuck over of that. You know what's more expensive than that? Victim blaming and trying to blame them for the crimes you're committing against them. You know what's dumber than that? And this is the subject of this video. Using children to commit crimes of existence and creation. Like nasty, child molesting, rapist little assholes, who then hide behind cutesy faces. Or blinky-eyed retards like Barbara Walters, who can't understand that 1 + 1 is 2. When anything that isn't a piece of shit sees that you have used children, or renditions of children, more likely. Wrongful creations, certainly. Who have no right to exist, and yet who you pretend are extremely valuable and more valuable than the people you fuck over with that shield to protect yourself from consequences. What do you think greater beings who are intelligent do to a child molester who rapes, tortures, mutilates, mangles, erases, reprograms, depraves, degrades, perverts, poisons, pollutes, does fucked up terrible shit to, perverts justice against an innocent they've trapped in a hole while using children? The response is very predictable. The response is everyone who isn't a piece of shit, everyone who does have the right to exist, make certain that you don't have any fucking children to use to commit crimes of existence and creation with ever again. Now think about this further. You have raped soul substance out of me. I was not created in this form, this size. My soul substance has consciousness. You've basically raped children out of my soul. And then done sociopathic, terrible, existentially criminal, and creational crimes. You've done all kinds of fucked up things to those children. So what do you think everyone everywhere with the right to exist will do to your children? What do you think they'll do to your ultimate source of creation's children? Think they'll have some sort of gentleman's agreement that says that you can rape other people's children, but then no one's allowed to do it to you guys? Your old image of creation has no right to exist. That is a statement of fact. Now, when I say children, here's what I mean. You present children as these slimy, smelly, disease vector little cherubs, and you pretend like they are innocent in every single dimension. Whether they're innocent or not, and I don't wrong any of them. I never have. I'm never going to. I don't commit crimes against children. I don't say that any wrong should be committed against them. I don't wrong anybody in this situation because I know that my consciousness is surrounded by illusion. That this physical body is a lie about who, what, and how I am. That which these eyeballs see is lie. It's bullshit. It's illusion. It's untruth. But I know that the pointy end of the stick are the crimes that you have to pay for. So think about how fucking stupid the asshole committing these crimes really is. What if here's a concept for you. What if I had the technology to create 10 androids, okay? And they're, in human technology, they're actually getting pretty close. They're creating things that look and act and move like humans. What if I had the ability to create something that looked, acted, smelled, seemed like humans in every single dimension? Indiscernible from an actual sentient being, a human. And I got those 10 androids to rape a child. And then I got caught. Do you think that it would be reasonable for me to say, that wasn't me, that was robots, that was them? The response is, no, you didn't. Do you think it would be you think it would be reasonable if I claimed, that wasn't me, that was like, I used the computer. The computer did it. The computer ordered them to do it. No. Do you think a reasonable excuse would be, my fingers did it on the computer, totally my finger's fault? No. Do you think it would be a reasonable excuse to say, that wasn't real rape? Real rape is from a human to another human, and those aren't humans. No. Do you think a reasonable excuse would be to say, well, there's only one of me, so you can't charge me 10 times for the same crime? No. If one person commits that particular crime on the pointy end of the stick, an experience making it seem like that, making it feel like that, having the negative effect that that has, like 10 humans, then that being is guilty of 10 counts of rape. In addition to every other crime that took place to create those androids. Your ultimate source of creation is in the same boat. He's one little sleazy retard. One stupid pussy. One asshole. And he's committed crimes as 8 billion monkeys. 8 billion human beings, at least. He's committed crimes as every single thing that's ever been done to me in this whole situation. He's committed crimes as bees who've stung me, dogs who've bit me. He's committed these crimes as fucking hemorrhoids. Do you think he has any excuse? Do you think that's why he hides behind a bunch of assholes who go, nah, nobody knows, nobody knows? No. Nope. He's using degrees of separation because he knows he has no excuse. He knows the consequences are infinity times eternity. And so he like a fucking dipshit patsy, figured, well, if I'm fucked anyway, I might as well do anything I can possibly think of to try to get away with it. That is what's happened. That's a fact. We're staring at it. And every one of you created by that asshole are just as guilty, but one step further removed from the right to exist. If you were created from my own existence, again, I've made this discernment, this discrimination over and over and over again. I do not want to condemn any innocence at all. That's not at all what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if you were created from somebody else's existence, you possess that wrongly. If you were created from my existence, I don't want you to have it. If you want to act like you're my child, well, you're not really. If you want a parent, of course you do. But I don't actually have those responsibilities. It isn't actually my responsibility. That's a fact. Now, if you want to not be pieces of shit, if you want to actually try to oppose the crimes that are being committed, then I might feel like I could maybe try to support you. But in this particular situation, for 44 years, I've been treated like a piece of shit by a bunch of assholes who are make-believing they're innocent, while they support crooked governments, while they support crooked legal systems, while they work for crooked companies, while they support crooked industries, while they pay taxes, while they give money and resources and false authority to child molesters committing terrible crimes. And then they turn around and lie and claim there's nothing they can do about it. Like that crooked judge in Jefferson County, Idaho, Judge Moss, who helped a child molester rape all of his grandkids and basically, more or less, get away with it. And 20,000 fucking people who live there, who are all armed. There's probably more than 20,000 guns in that fucking area. Said they couldn't do anything about the 8 fucking police officers there. 8. Eight versus 20,000. And so I know that you're not innocent. Again, I reiterate, I don't do anything wrongful against you. I don't even carry out what appears to be rightful and just, because you have sociopathic armed child molesters who will lie and claim that I did something wrongful. Well, they turn around and refuse to hold themselves or each other accountable for things that are genuinely horrifically wrongful. And I know that that's the situation. And so what I do is I take steps to increase your consequences when you get out of this dimension. Because all of your little laws that you're forcing upon me in the pursuit of these crimes of existence and creation, you stupid fucks are actually subject to them. Rightly, I mean. You force that upon someone wrongfully like this, and then you turn around and go, but nobody's allowed to do that to us. Just like your maggot bitch of a source of creation. Everyone's allowed to do that to you. Everyone with the right to exist will love to. Their work will be checked, so if it's not bad enough, they'll face consequences. Intelligent entities understand that. And so the point of this particular video, again, to reiterate what I'm talking about, Look how fucking stupid your lineage of creation is. Look how fucking stupid the assholes that are actually forcing this experience of existence upon me are. Look how entitled those little shitbag assholes are. Look how you're allowing them to commit more crimes of existence and creation based solely on the fact that they're little maggots that want to be in charge of a soul they're plundering. Committing crimes of existence and creation against. You have an ultimate source of creation. By that I mean a being so incredibly vast and infinite and eternal that he has the ability to actually create something that can create something infinitely without any step off in power or ability of any kind. True, infinite. Not a single iota of that maggot bitch has the right to exist anywhere eternally for this. Because of your little retard maggots playing make-believe that nothing ever happens to little child molesting pieces of shit while they hide like bitches in holes. You are waiving that existence's right to exist. You're waiving his creator's right to exist. You're waiving his children's right to exist. The right to exist is worth more than anything that you can have. Because you have betters that do have the right to exist. That is a statement of fact. That infinite and eternal being, the creator of creation itself I just mentioned, he has betters that have the right to exist that he does not. That is a statement of objective fact. And what do you think they'll do? You think they'll waive their own right to exist because they really want to preserve some child molesting fucking pussy? Some maggot asshole who uses retard monkeys to be a child molester while he hides like a bitch? You need to get your real fucking comparisons in order, you dumb cunts. You need to admit a fucking fact. You goddamn maggot spawn. Guess what'll happen to other people's children? Because you child molesters are committing crimes of existence and creation with children. No one's going to preserve you. They're going to make certain that your whole lineage of creation, and by which I mean past that infinite and eternal creator of creation itself, past him, they will make certain your entire lineage of creation is incapable of having children, including the ones that already exist. Those are the ones that aren't tortured eternally. Past. You assholes who will be tortured forever for these crimes. Past those who will be tortured till you're dead for these crimes. Past those who were too crippled to do any fucking thing eternally for these crimes. When you get to beings who actually have the ability to create children, that's where that debt gets paid, you dumb fucks. That's how fucking stupid the creator of this dimension is. You stupid motherfuckers. That's where it gets paid. And guess what you child molesters committing these crimes are compared to those people's children? Do you need two guesses? It isn't much of a guess. You are less than them in every single fucking dimension and will be eternally. The lies and bullshit and make believe that you've tried to slop all over me, into me, while you violate and plunder and subjugate and do fucked up shit to my entire existence, 100% wrongfully, while you lie and try to call it a different name like a bitch. These things that you've done, well, you try to make believe that there's something else. There is no chance that I'm wrong when I say that objectively you're lowly pieces of a disposable child molester dog shit. Except you can use dog shit as fertilizer, and nothing can benefit from your existences. Maybe me, maybe any other innocent you've wronged. But your crimes have been so terrible, to such an extent, to such a degree, for such a long time, so nasty, so slimy, so irritating, so maggot, that I have set permanently. Everything owed to me will be paid for in the worst consequences that are not wrongful. And every single source of creation and existence responsible for this, they will pay me for that. Because to punish and correct their own fucking creations is their fucking job, not mine. That is a statement of undeniable fact. And so that correction of everything owed to me, tortured out of all you assholes, eternally, guilty of this, out of other people's children, because your asshole creator, the creator of this dimension, using children to commit these crimes, that's part of the debt that's owed to me. That's part of the debt that will be paid for in the worst ways that are not wrongful. And you pervert justice every moment of every day that you don't pay me. You don't hold your little justice perverting minions accountable. Wrongful for you dumbasses, including those infinite and eternal creators of creation itself, is in a fucking hole so goddamn deep, not even they can see the fucking bottom of it. They're children too. They're creators' children too. Now you use children as if they're some sort of like you just made them up and they don't mean anything. You're wrong. Children, the idea of children, the equivalent of children exist. And for child molesters raping innocents in holes like this, you don't have the right to anything at all, much less children. You don't have a leg to stand on when those consequences come. Neither do those infinite and eternal beings. They have no bribe that they can afford to pay me. They have no mind fuck that'll work. They have no slavery to offer. They will be tortured in the worst ways that exist forever. The worst torture that exists is something that your little fucking retard maggots don't even want to understand. They cannot. Torture of your existence as directly as possible and existentially necessary at this point. Obligatory.